Hey, welcome back to Nate's Garage and Bakery. We are continuing on, of course, with this 3D printer build. Starting out with what we've gotten so far, and we're going to stick a bunch of the Carriage into place, along with the X-axis motor. Yep. Gotten a little cold out here in Nate's Garage. So not only do I have some sleeves, that horchata with rum chata, but it's not the crap in a bottle. There's a place here that makes some really damn good horchata, and they make it with the real stuff, real milk, not some mix that comes out of a bag or some jacked up crappy ass thing. And I mix it with the Kraken rum, which is a little stronger than your standard average everyday ordinary, whatever Bacardi. So the Kraken dark rum, and honestly I was a little low on horchata, and so this is a little high on rum. It's a nice warmer, let me just tell you right now. Oh yeah, baby, that's some good stuff. Setting that aside, the next thing on our list of things to do here, attach this little dude right here. Whether yours comes with a yellow printed belt holder on it or otherwise, I suppose I don't know, because I've only got the one here and mine's yellow. So what's going to happen here is that this is going to be attached to these here mabobbers. I have to be honest with you, I'm not quite sure how exactly that's supposed to work. I should have done my research first, because that's a tight fit. So is it supposed to go in here like this? And then, I see there's a little notch down there for that sucker to fit into. That little notch right there is going to go right up in there, and then these up here are going to fasten right there, and you're going to use about 4, 8, 10 nuts. And so the only two that will not be used are these bottom two right here, which may be used later, I don't know yet, but for this particular piece they're not going to be used. We're going to use the M4x8s, M4x8 Chada, and we're going to use 10 of them. Starting to get low on these, means we're getting somewhere. We got 3 left, and you know what? That's probably how many extra they gave us. Nothing else, we might be done with those. I'm going to go ahead and put this one on here since it's all whatever, and these stupid Allen wrenches are just not quite long enough to reach through nicely. I think these are a little tough to get in because these holes right here are just big enough. They were probably big enough before they were painted or powder coated or sneezed on or whatever they did to finish these. I think I'm going to cheat again and get my freaking stuff out. Harbor Freight, what are these, like 10 bucks? 10 bucks for this set, and obviously you can use them for a lot more than just this project. Maybe I'll clutch this down a ways so I'm not tearing this thing apart. Go with the slow speed setting and just start ratcheting them in there. Yeah, buddy. Power tools for the win. What this needs to do is actually work smoothly, they say. Be sure. We'll be very sure, moving right and left, be smoothly. And that'll hit that little limit switch right there. Trying to figure out if that's actually smooth enough or if it could be smoother. I'm going to try something here. Undo these just a smidge. I'm just backing these out like about a quarter turn or eighth of a turn just to loosen them up a little bit. See if that makes this... Oh my gosh. That's a whole bunch smoother now. There it is. Tightening these back up again. That is a whole world of difference. So, yeah. Maybe not tighten these all the way down. Maybe back them out an eighth or a quarter of a turn. Once you get them in there, back them out just a little bit until they're all in there, and then move this thing back and forth to kind of settle them in, and then put that final quarter turn back on it. Now the next thing to do is to put the motor in place right over here, and we'll thread the belt in. So that, what I call the bottle opener there, is actually where we're going to mount the motor. For your attention, please find that the motor terminal faces downwards. Downward facing terminal. It's a new yoga move. So there's the terminal facing downward. That'll just screw right into there, very roughly apparently, with some M3x20s. There is a slot right through here, through which the belt's going to travel. Out the slot over here. Wow! Through here, around to this little bearing on the other side, which is out of the frame for you right now. So yeah, trust me, it'll work. Okay, so for right now, I'm just going to kind of half-ass tighten these so that the motor doesn't hang off sideways. I probably don't want to crush that piece anyway. This is a printed piece. Get me some. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. So we have the slot in here that the belt's going to travel through. Minatoyo is probably not so good after all for this particular job. The belt's going to come through here and hit the pulley right there. Also going to come across here and jink around the little bearing that's in there and come back across and fasten to these yellow belt teeth back here. Cheers. Now we're going to put this pulley, this synchronized pulley as they call it, around the motor here. And what they say is to be make about 2 millimeters of clearance out on yon flange. 2 millimeters. It's pretty up there. It's up there pretty close. Up there pretty up there. Jitty jitty bang bang. We have our other blah blah mover. That's why this is all out of here, so that you can get in here and tighten the screws. For one, we want the thin side in on this one, because that needs to be in there far enough so that the belt can go through that slot. It's a 1.5 millimeter hex head wrench is the correct size for this. I suppose what you really want is to line this belt up with this slot that you can kind of see through if you look through there. I don't know if it's showing up in the camera or not, but if you look through the slot here, you can kind of see the track through which the belt must go. I've got the flat side tightened down, so I'll just rotate it around here and get the other one. And up to you whether or not you want to Loctite those in place. I feel pretty confident about them now that I have a tool that's actually the right size. Lubricant. This is where the auto bed leveling comes in, which is not part of the parts list. These two screws here, these two fastening points here, and also around the back side. There's a bracket that comes around here, which I need to find. Oh, the bracket's already actually on the sensor here, so... Whoa! This is our proximity sensor for the auto leveling stuff. It comes with the screws all already in it. So there's the bracket. There's the 2 screws. That's already fastened to the bracket itself. So what this is going to do, and it's going to attach. You know, I probably am going to have all of 3 people view this, but at least I will die knowing that I documented something on video. Our little prox sensor here, our little Omquan, not Omron, or Omron being a rather famous German sensor maker, or, well, sensors and light bulbs and all sorts of stuff. So this is going to fasten right up on here, like so. The way a prox sensor works is it basically is either going to say, there it is, or nope, there's nothing there. There's no distance sensing in it, like it's coming up, it's almost there, you're almost there, hotter, 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 you're on it. It's pretty much, hey, there it is. Like to loosen screws on either side of this bracket, maybe to adjust this to where it fires at the correct height. I don't know yet. We'll get to that part when we get to that part. So there's our auto bed leveling sensor in place. Simple as that. And we're like on step 51 now. It's like step 50 was what that was. Synchronous belt is around 850 millimeters. This is going to be the same type of deal with the rest of what we have of a belt here. Okay, this is going to come through here. B. Belt. Alright, through here like that. You see it slips through the slot here. That's where the belt will run. Now, this piece over here, the slot that you see here where the bearing goes all the way through, so rather than trying to hook this through here, just so, I'm going to slip it all the way through. On the other side, I will feed it all the way back through. 'Cause I'm smart. SMRT. Smart. And we've got plenty of belt left. With that fed through there, I'm going to flip this back around. And once again, we are here with the teeth. Why we couldn't do the belt first, I don't know. It would have made the sensor a little more out of the way. I forgot to feed this side through also. So feed the other side of the belt on the pulley here through the other side of the pulley itself. Now, just like I did the bottom one, I'm going to do the top one the same. I'm going to fasten one of these sides, and then I'm going to tighten it and cut the other one as needed. So, get 2 zip ties out of the kit here. And what we will do is not worry about how tight it is at the moment. We will simply worry about our return. There we go. Slip it right in there. Get us a loop around the belt. Started, and then put the other side through the loop, and we will hug this right up next to here just to make sure it stays. Now, you tightening this down is not going to keep this from slipping. Those teeth keep it from slipping, so this is just to keep it from falling out of here. So it probably doesn't need to be that entirely tight. I'll leave it to you to figure out how tight you want it to be. Now, I guess the tighter you make it, the harder it is to slip it out of there since it's wrapped around that other piece. That was most horrible on the tightening side on my end. I'm probably going to have to fix that. But for now, we'll call it decent enough. And make sure this is on the right side of that rod. Don't go wrapping your belt around the rod. That's how it's going to work. Okay, so we hit the stop over here, right about here in the belt. You know, before the belt, this isn't going to get sucked into the drive, is what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of space between where the pulley is and where this end of the belt is, so this length isn't so critical necessarily on this top side here. So just like I did down below, I'm going to make this real damn tight. And then if you remember, I have some adjustment, just a little bit of adjustment on the motor mount itself, which is not even tightened down all the way yet, so get my zip tie started. Tighten down a notch or two before I clip that. That was nice and tight already. And then I'm going to clip my pigtail over here. Don't need any more of that belt. So, they give you plenty of belt. This should be moving back and forth ever so smoothly. Checking the belt pulley on down the line there. We can tell whether or not it's good or not. You know, I'm actually thinking that I'm going to move the belt pulley in just a little further because it's right up against that end flange. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let's say you were to look down the sights here of the... come on now. What's I'm looking at here? Right here. So if you look down the sights, you'll see that the... well, at least the belt itself is not touching either flange of that pulley, so that is ideal. Otherwise, you'll fray the edges of your belt and I suppose prematurely wear it out. Or some such. Cheers. Well, that's it for this episode on Nate's Garage and Bakery. Did you get this far? Did you like what you saw? Go ahead on and click that subscribe button for future videos. Hell, click the like button while you're at it. Leave a comment if you got questions. I'll try to answer. Later.